Hello, everyone. Bean, you could Junky, Master Wah. So, part two. Play the same thing. Let's see if this guitar inspires me to do something different. I accidentally hit the volume pedal while checking the tuning because they're pretty close. So I hope the volume is the same level. Let's go. Well, I went off the rails on that one. Let's just say. Definitely. When I got down to, I was like, strings are roached on this guitar. You hear that? Yeah, when I got down there, I was thinking about the wah, making sure I use the wah, and I forgot where I was going, so my finger positioning was off, and I winged it, man. You know, like I always do. By the way, I'll still probably put it on the thumbnail, but this is the that's the photo I was telling you about. Try to get it without the glare of Beth and I, and that's Scott right there in the background for that show. So I remember hanging out with her in her Winnebago with her. She had a pug puppy at the time. And I had that suit on, and we're just hanging out, and she just, I said, yeah, I had a pug at home at that time too. And she hands it to me, and I'm holding it and I'm petting it, and it's like, because it's a puppy, it's shedding all over my suit, and but adorable. What, every puppy is adorable. Every dog is adorable. So playing with the dog, I give it back to her, and brushing off my suit, and we get ready to go in, and the Winnebago was parked right by the back door stage. So I just had, you had to step out of the Winnebago, probably go 6 feet into the back door. Once we go into the back door, I said this before, I'm pretty sure, they had a big locked cage that they put over all the old-fashioned, you know, pull down for the power. You know, like you used to see in a movie, you pull it, you know, it goes up for on and down. So I guess they lock it up so that no one can go back there and turn off the lights while some, you know, a show is going on. So unbeknownst to me, you know, she goes over and she grabs the cage and she starts screaming, you know, and I run over to her like, what's wrong? Are you okay? She just turned and looked at me and said, yeah, this is how I warm up my voice before I go on. And I'm thinking to myself, you know, we had a threat. We had someone that was actually, you know, tagged as a threat, saying that she, you know, they had a connection, a mental connection with her, and you know, this and that, and they bought a seat in the front row somewhere, and I didn't know where. You know, there was only one person, so I was letting them know at the as you were going in, you know, buying your tickets and coming in, that anyone that comes in by themselves, just one guy, let me know where that person is on the stage, so I can keep an eye on them. And then I told my two, I had a shadow, and then I had the other guys. One guy I picked as my shadow to look like the bodyguard, where I would not look like the bodyguard. In case something went down, they would be concerned about him. Plus, he was bigger than I was. And I never got that notice on where was the single guy in the front row. So every guy, that's one guy in the front row, whether, I don't know, care who's next to them, I'm suspicious of all of them. So I thought because my guys knew that, that they got, you know, whoever it was got back to her and started screaming, and they come running, and they didn't. So apparently they didn't hear it, you know, or, you know, ignored it. I don't know, but let's just say that I wasn't too pleased with my security that night, and they were never hired back again, because of what was going on. What I expected out of them and what I got were two different things. And they all had weapons on them. These are guys that were, you know, all supposed to be martial artists, and everyone's got a weapon on them. And I'm like, the only thing you have, that you keep on you is your wallet. And I would suggest putting it in your sock, you know, so you don't have it in your back pocket. You don't have any problems. But keep your wallet, put it in your sock. Anything else stays in this room on the table, keys, etc. So the car keys are coming out, and then this is coming out, and that is coming out, and I was like, wow. And they're not even licensed, you know, to carry. They're not even licensed as an armed security, um, you know, person, armed security guard, bodyguard, whatever. So yeah, that's that. Let me unplug and grab the telly now and see what comes out of that. Something different inspires me to play better or betterer. Thanks for watching. Have a good day and better tomorrow. Stay tuned. It'll just be a couple of minutes. Maybe not. Maybe I'll do this one day after the other. Come on now, remote.